my name's Steve Mackay. You may know my friend Snappy. Snappy's from Anchorage Park Kindergarten here in Auckland. You may have seen him in my last video. Let me introduce you though to Bernard. Bernard's from Pakuranga Kindergarten, and he, like Snappy, are awarded to children who've in some way succeeded. They've excelled during the week. So they get to take them home and go on some kind of adventure. Well, it was my privilege the other week to be allowed to take both these guys home because we had completed some work within the kindergartens. So this video is just a little tale around what happened.
One day, Bernard came to stay at Steve's, just as Snappy had done a while ago. Steve took Bernard to some of the local kindergartens that he'd never been to before. The children were so friendly. They enjoyed showing him the many skills that Steve had taught them, safely using saws, drills, and even axes. Wow! Of course, he listened to the rules first. You need to listen really carefully and only use the tools with Steve's help. Bernard felt like an awesome builder. As well as learning new skills, he got to ride on a fire engine. Woo, woo, woo! And climbed on a rustic bridge. Is there a troll underneath? Luckily, no. He then got to try out some perfectly made furniture for small people. He felt like Goldilocks. Bernard had such a good time, he phoned Snappy. Snappy was delighted to hear from him. Snappy told Bernard that he had also had a great time with Steve, and Lynda too. But Snappy told Bernard something very special and exciting. Steve and Lynda flew to England for Steve's sister's wedding, and they took Snappy with them. Wow! Flying on an aeroplane to England? Bernard was very impressed with that. Snappy explained that they'd flown for many hours. They flew up and round to the other side of the world, to the top half. Is England the same as New Zealand? Bernard wondered, still thinking how cool it must be to fly. Well, some things are the same. People speak English, but in some places you hear lots of different languages being spoken, because many people from other countries have gone to live there, just like Auckland. There are houses, shopping malls, schools, churches, and so on. But lots of buildings are made of brick or stone. Not so many are made of wood. And some buildings are really, really old, because people have lived in England for a very long time. Some of the cities are huge, though the countryside is very pretty. Bernard asked about the weather as he watched the Auckland winter rain pour down outside. The weather is sort of the same, definitely a bit colder and cloudier. England has spring, summer, autumn and winter, just like New Zealand. But because it's around the other side of the world, when it's winter in New Zealand, it's summer in England. Can you imagine Christmas happening in winter? It does in England. Not so easy to go to the beach for a barbecue. Snappy went on to explain another very strange thing. When it's daytime in England, it's night time in New Zealand. Every day whilst away, Snappy thought of phoning someone, but then he realised that everyone in New Zealand would be asleep. Snappy assured Bernard that England was a really awesome place. He had even got to see the Queen in London. You can see her too. She's on some of the New Zealand money. Although she lives in England, New Zealand is one of her important countries. Snappy ended the call by saying he had made a girlfriend at Steve's sister's wedding. She's lovely. He also ate lots of yummy wedding cake when no one was looking, and made Steve's mum laugh with his funny jokes. Bernard and Snappy are now the best of friends. Perhaps they could do something together in the future, go somewhere, or even take up a sport. They would make a very good team. Ka kite anō, Bernard and Snappy. See you again.